80s, I have been exposed to the game Trouble, right? This is the one with the Pop-O-Matic bubble in the middle, the dice roller, so you can't lose the dice, right? And the thing is, as a child, I was always tinkering with stuff. So I would either break the board and play with the little flippy inny outy piece of metal that was in there and lose the dice, or just spend hours hammering away at that Pop-O-Matic bubble, because I mean, that's super fun. But it wasn't until my 43rd year of life that I actually learned the rules and played a complete game of Trouble, having been surrounded by them and dismantled them and taken them apart multiple times. And I'd like to thank my elder boy for sitting me down and making me read the rules and then proceeding to completely trounce me at a game that I had never experienced. So if you guys really want to have a good time with a child under the age of 8, let me tell you, Trouble has rules, and some of them are complete baloney. Yeah, there's a reason why I probably lost interest with my shiny mind. But
pop.
Yeah.
TJ,
Yeah.
we went live.
Oh, we went live.
We went live.
Duly noted.
Yeah. Now this is why they called it Trouble, because I did the same thing, right? Pop, 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 until you got in trouble.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Pieces,
Everyone should get in trouble.
Yeah. Fun times.
Right.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 166 of Sawdust Talk. We are joined tonight with a fellow podcast host, well, ex-podcast host, our friend Lee from Busted Knuckle Woodworks. And we are going to run through sponsors real quick, right, TJ? And then we will get into the show.
Sure thing. So first and foremost, every week we thank Hannah and the team over at Surf Prep Sanding Systems for their support year in and year out. They've supported our channel, and they also are wonderful in their support of Makers for St. Jude, which we'll get to here in a minute. But what we want to talk about this week is the random orbiting sanders. The dust collection on that random orbit sander is sublime. I had to make a piece of brass cabinet hardware slightly smaller because of my opulent lifestyle has custom cabinets in my kitchen, and one of them broke, and it was from a manufacturer that no longer exists anymore. I think it's like Leaf or something like that. Anyway, I had to grind down, I don't know, 3/8, maybe a half an inch of brass on the backside of this cabinet. And I was nervous about doing it in my woodworking shop because I didn't want to blow brass shavings all over the place. And I was nervous about doing it in the garage or anywhere else. But then I thought to myself, we're going to hook this mighty fine sander up to the dust collector. And with the help of that random orbit sander, I made quick work of that brass, and now my lazy Susan cabinet is able to be closed again. So thank you, Hannah, and the team at Surf Prep. We also want to thank Layla over at KC Bombshell for hosting the Sawdust Talk merchandise website. If you are looking to get yourself a luxurious, hip, stylish, comfortable piece of maker merch, and you don't have a Sawdust Talk shirt yet, let's make better decisions, people. Let's get us a Sawdust Talk shirt. It's what all the cool kids are wearing. You can get them over at kcbombshell.com. And while you're over there, if you're into like tattoo flash and geek culture inspired scroll saw art, you can check out Layla's stuff there too. It's really cool. Next, we want to talk about Makers for St. Jude. We just wrapped up the June-July push for Makers for St. Jude auctions. We need to hear from Mike about how the results from that went, but there will be a prize drawing at some point in time, and those who participated, thank you. Makers for St. Jude gives people in the maker community an opportunity to take either targeted goods or even extra projects and raffle them off, and the proceeds from that raffle go straight to fighting kids with cancer. St. Jude does an amazing job of supporting not only children.
Why would you want to fight kids with cancer? I mean,
well, the thing is, they were already wearing
it doesn't seem fair.
Boxing gloves.
Okay.
Well, you know,
right.
Ring the bell.
We're fighting for kids with cancer.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's not what you said.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. In support of
Okay.
Children with cancer.
I got it.
But yeah, St. Jude not only supports hospitals, research, technology, but they also help families with the expenses of visiting hospitals in regions that are away from their home. Really, really cool charity. We are happy to have our wagons hitched to it. You can reach out to Mike at Woodworker versus Cancer or at Makers for St. Jude on Instagram if you want to get involved. Ask questions. You can get a hold of me. You can get a hold of Jessie.
And we've also raised
And
almost $11,000 this year.
huzzah, $11,000 this year. That is freaking awesome, guys. So yeah, take the cool stuff that you make and do cool things for people who could use your help with Makers for St. Jude. And lastly, there is a Patreon for this channel for just $5 a month, which is 20 nuggets at McDonald's, I think, these days. You could skip the nuggies and you could be supporting Jessie and I to make it out to maker meetups, to keep our gear looking as lovely as it is, and support our show on a monthly basis. We appreciate any and all help. And yeah, what did I miss?
No,
I feel
you
like I
missed.
missed
You
something.
didn't. You missed nothing. You did great. Good
Huzzah!
job. Good job. That's the second huzzah of the show already. Yeah. And Lee.
Yeah. Oh.
Are we?
Hey. Hey, bud.
I have to ask: are we letting you run the show tonight? Because you're supposed to school us. What's going on?
Yeah. Okay. No. I'm out of that. I'm out of that business now. So I like being a guest. It's a lot of work, right? You guys know. So, yeah, sure. Especially when one person does most of the work.
Okay, talk about your podcast though.
Okay, so it's still up, right? It was a YouTube pod. It wasn't a live podcast. It was a YouTube podcast called The New Cranky Workshop, and we had regular segments just like you guys do, like we would do like what's making me cranky right now. We would do a segment like that. We would always shout out. It was me and Jared Wilson, and we would always shout out one like outstanding YouTube video that we wanted to share with the audience. We would always we would do various things like that, and we'd host. We never had guests. Not one time, because guests are boring. Sorry.
Don't be boring.
Okay. Yes, I'll try not to be boring, but we just, I mean, like I said, we had a lot of people ask if they could be on the show, but we always had so much to talk about. We just, I don't know, we couldn't shoehorn. And we had a rule. We never wanted to go over an hour. So, yeah, so it was fun. It was a lot of fun to do. We used to get a lot of really great comments and a lot of, nice feedback and so forth. And I talked to Jared about a month ago about this. We may do like a one-off reunion show. Yeah. So who knows?
Everyone loves that. Everyone loves a good reunion show.
That's right. A reboot.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we were given direct instruction to actually ask you what is making.
Oh my God!
This week.
What's making me cranky right now? Okay.
Let's go.
All right. First of all, am I allowed to swear in this show? Probably not, right?
Yeah, this is Sawdust Talk After Dark. You're good.
Well, I put out a video. I put one out today, so it's not the most recent one. It's the one before that, about the metric system. And just to give you an idea of the scale, okay? I have two videos that I put out like last year that both got over 1 million views and have less than 2,000 comments. This video has 500,000 views and 10,000 comments. It's not that what's making me cranky. I guess it's making me more sad and discouraged than cranky. So much bigotry, xenophobia, racism. I mean, I'm a French person of French descent. I live in France part-time. And people were saying right to my face, the French are gay, the French stink. I would never use the metric system because it was invented in France. And the other way too. The reason Americans can't use the metric system is because they're stupid. Just so much vitriol and hate. I even talked to David Petruto from Make Something about it, and he addressed it in one of his recent videos, and yeah, it was really discouraging. And the thing is, if you guys have a YouTube channel, this is the thing. So if you read through the comments, you'll see a lot of these hateful, just very, a lot of like America, right or wrong, love it or leave it, Archie Bunker shit. If you don't know who Archie Bunker is, you kids, just look it up. All right. But YouTube has a special section where they hold back the really, really, really bad comments. I could read you some of these comments. They would make your hair curl. I had one guy, I made the mistake of putting a shot of the outside of my house in this video. And the guy said, hey, listen, you commie fuck, I know where you live. Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, that is one thing I've kind of learned, and I mean, this was something I wanted to talk to you about too tonight. Was, your platform is more on YouTube, right? And I've heard you talk about some of these crappy comments that you get over there on YouTube. Your presence on Instagram, maybe not so much. I mean, you're there, you're part of the community. But you also hear people talk about Facebook comments stuff and how negative it can be there.
Oh, sure.
So, but what is your experience between the various platforms of, like, where are your people?
Oh, yeah. My people are on YouTube and Patreon. Except I have almost 500 members on Patreon, and that's overwhelmingly positive, right? Because they have to actually, it's not just public, they have to actually take steps and in some cases pay to talk to you. And so that's overwhelmingly positive. And most of the stuff I really, I post on YouTube is just like workshop things, it's very, I mean, most of the comments are very positive. I mean, there are comments where it's like, I wouldn't have done it that way. And I welcome those. But this was as John Cesaro from Lincoln Street Woodwork said to me, you threw a hand grenade into a hornet's nest. And that was not my intention, right? My intention was, the whole idea was 98% of the world uses the metric system. The fact that America doesn't really isolates us. Measuring systems are a social contract, and using the same one helps unite us as a civilization. Oh my God. that was just the wrong thing to say to thousands of people took that wrong. So it's like, I mean, I love this comment. America uses imperial because we have bigger dicks and hotter chicks. I'm reading these. I could read these for an hour, but anyway, so just a lot of stuff like that. So that's what's making me cranky right now. Probably you're sorry you asked. Hey, can I ask, can I, before we go on, I'm looking, I look really good. Do you have a Beautify filter on?
No, buddy, that's you.
I was going to say, why aren't you guys using it if you do? But but I look great.
Well, the thing is, from the chin up, I'm pretty decent. From the chin down, I hide it with the cropping, right? So, like,
rude.
That's why we keep it tight on the show.
But I should have known better, right? Because on YouTube, you have access to your demographics, right? YouTube knows everything about you. They know how old you are and all that stuff. And my audience is 85% white guys over 65. Right? So I should have known better. But it's fine. As long as they don't know where I live, which apparently there is one person who knows where I live, so I don't know.
Well, people are creepy. Some people can be really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got a kid brother who streams on Twitch and doing consistent live streaming. There are some perils that come along with doing that as well, and they are all terrifying. So we had a little family meeting not too long ago as his Twitch channel gained momentum, where we had to talk about making sure that even on our digital footprints, when we mention him, that we keep his personas separated and don't share information and stuff like that.
Yeah, my daughter-in-law has a Twitch account too, and she is very aware of that. And she was warning me. She was like, don't tell people where you, because I mentioned I live in Austin. I've mentioned that several times, and I've even my place in Paris, I've even shot outside of it. You know what I mean? Probably I shouldn't do that either. But anyway, yeah. So
are you going to Texas Woodworking Festival?
Of course. It's 4 miles from my house. Why wouldn't I go?
We're so excited.
So I was going to have a big party at my house because I have some people staying here that are coming. People from the community, and but Malcolm McCutcheon is renting a Airbnb, and it's a really nice one, and it's right downtown. And he sent me pictures, and so that's where the party's going to be now. Not at my place. Yeah. So Malcolm is hosting the big after party. There's a paid after party, but this is going to be an after party that is going to be on Malcolm's dime.
I don't think any of us can be mad about that.
No, thank you, Malcolm. I really, really appreciate it. And don't forget to visit his website. Hello, Tapnamedegy. Hello, Tapnamedegy. Hello, Tapnamedegy.com.
Yeah, hello. I saw you got yours. I have mine too.
Oh, do you? Hello, Tapnamedegy.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a notification that it's in my house somewhere, but I have 2 boys under the age of 8, so I haven't opened the envelope yet, but it's in my house
somewhere.
Oh, don't you hate that when the Amazon drivers just mark a bunch of packages delivered because they're trying to get a little ahead of themselves, you know what I mean? And you go outside and it's not there. Shows up 2 hours later. Yeah.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah, that was it. The last mile delivery people also, if you do business on AliExpress in the Midwest here, it can be 3 days that they'll mark it delivered before it actually shows up to your house. It's it's in the truck. That counts, right?
Oh, gosh. I have the worst time with deliveries ever, but that's, big city Jessie problems in my team.
Now, I had the very first time this ever happened, and this is not even legal. I had an Amazon driver stick a package in my mailbox, my U.S. mailbox, which you're not supposed to do. And they didn't take a picture of it either, right? But it was marked delivered, and I didn't find it. And I was like, And then that afternoon, it was one of those overnight ones, so I was supposed to get it by 7 a.m. And I went out that afternoon to get my mail. There it was. Can't be putting Amazon packages in the mail unless it's mailed.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Does Austin have a same day hub?
Yeah, only
only
7 miles away. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Austin's a big city. It's the 10th biggest city in America. What is this huzzah shit?
I don't know.
That's number 3.
You want me to change it to Shazam?
The only time I've ever heard that word is that Hulu show with Elle Fanning. What is the name of that show? The Great. Oh, I love that show. And she says that all the time. Huzzah.
Yeah, good for her.
Huzzah.
Yeah, tally ho.
TJ, you have one more for the whole show. Use it wisely.
One more tally ho and one more huzzah.
Both. Thank you, Lee. Thank you. Oh man. So how did you
I'll be
find
good.
yourself into the world of YouTube? I mean,
Oh,
and
okay. This is funny.
video
Okay.
making and all of the things.
Right. So you know how they say sometimes uh it's harder than it looks, right? So I discovered that the hard way. Um so I started my YouTube channel and I really had literally no idea what I was doing. I was just basically, it was like a kind of a vlog or no script. I was just like shooting things around, setting up a camera, building something, no script, no nothing. Oh, someone says 13th most populous city. Oh my goodness gracious. What?
You're
Okay.
slipping in your
I
face,
know.
Detroit.
Anyway, so after 6 months of hard, diligent work, I had a total of 80 subscribers. Not 800, not 8,000, 80 after 6 months. So if anybody came to me and said, I've been working hard at YouTube for 6 months, even today, if they said that and I have 80 subscribers, I would tell them you should quit. That's what I would say. And that's what I did. Because I knew I was doing something was not right. And I said, I'm not going to go back until I figure out what I'm doing. And once I came back, I had gotten about 20 more over that in a couple of months. So I started again at 100, and I went from 100 to 10,000 in 2 months. So that was not too bad. So I figured it out. I kind of figured it out. And so that's how I started, and that's kind of what I do full time now. I quit my job back in March, so I'm doing this full time. I'm not making nearly as much money as it was, but it's and I'm working more hours.
But you're doing something you love. When was this that you had 80 subscribers?
Oh, this was at the end of 2023.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started in June of, no, sorry, 2022. So I started in June of 22. So it's been 3 years. So, and at the end, so from June to December, as of December 31st that year, I had 80 subscribers. Yeah. Pretty sad.
And what were you doing wrong?
Just, I wasn't aware of who my audience was. You know what I mean? Like I said, right? My audience is, the demographic for this is not, you know, I think people misunderstand, because if you're in the Instagram or the Facebook or the TikTok community, like you guys are really heavily, you don't realize that the vast majority of people undertaking this endeavor, the maker and woodworking community, are older people. Are either people who have been doing it forever and ever and ever, like me, or people that have like disposable income and they decide, well, I can afford to take up an expensive hobby. This sounds like fun. But you have to be a person of means somewhat, right? Unless you inherit tools or unless someone helps you out. And so once I kind of realized who the audience was and what they wanted to watch and what they wanted to hear, and I studied other people that were more successful, not to copy them so much, but just to understand like their topic choice, right? Because I used to build a lot of outdoor furniture, and I realized people, I mean, here in Texas, outdoor furniture is very popular because it's like 300 days a year of sunshine, and so people, spend on outdoor furniture, but watching someone build it is not that interesting, apparently. So, yeah. And then, you know, I got cancer. And so I had to stop building the outdoor furniture because it's all big, right? I was building like arbors and pergolas and stuff like that. And when I was going through chemo, I couldn't lift. I couldn't really, like, you know, big cedar 2x4, you know, 2x4x4s and 2x6. That was out of the question. So, and I've talked to David Petruto about this. I picked up a copy of his bandsaw book and I started making bandsaw boxes. And that was what got me through chemo, actually. So, yeah.
Do you still make bandsaw
I know.
boxes?
I make YouTube videos now, right? My sister, I was.
No. I mean, like the question is though. I think that the bandsaw box is kind of one of the cooler gifts that woodworkers can give to
love them.
woodworking people.
They love them.
Oh, it's like it's wood magic, and when you learn the technique, it's like,
I mean, you show them to your friends when they
but
come over, they're like, "What is this sorcery? How did you?" And you know, they can't see the glue line, right? But it's so hilarious. But I mean, this is a perfect example. I was talking to my sister in Florida just today, and she wanted me to make this thing, and I said, "Well, if I can figure out how to make a video out of it, I'll make it."
Oh my
You know?
God.
Yeah. I mean, I have to fix my front fence, and I'm thinking to myself, how can I make a video out of fixing this fence? Oh man.
Isn't that what all us makers do though these days? I mean, it's like we have a project. What brand can we reach out to help support this project?
Yeah.
Or can we get it sponsored in some way, shape, or form?
I know. Can I get McCoy's to sponsor the wood? Can I get? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But we all do that.
I know. I ran out of glue the other day, and I was thinking, you know, I've never tried that Boss Dog glue. I'd love to try it, but I feel like, do they actually sell it? I don't know. I've never seen anyone who bought it. Everybody gets it for free.
Yeah, I think he's got a website.
No, you can actually
you
can actually send him money, and he will send you glue. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, so I think it's B2C.
I wasn't sure because everybody I've ever seen use Boss Dog glue got it for free. So I feel like, I don't know.
I thought that about Starbond, honestly, for like most of the year 2020. Like, I was convinced that like Starbond was a brand that existed and had great packaging, but they were like real generous 5 years ago with getting Starbond into people's hands. And thank you, Starbond. You've treated me right on the lathe more than one time. Thank you for being a generous company. But yes, you can get it at stores also.
I'm going to buy some. I actually got a little bottle at Workbench Con, and I tried it. It was really good. One of the things I really liked about it was the spigot. You know, the nozzle is way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
it's like a mustard bottle.
Right. Exactly.
It's not like the pull up and like it's gonna pop off and you lose it for the rest of eternity.
Oh, you have to take a pair of needle nose pliers and.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And you know what else I want to try too is the surf prep. I've seen them at the Workbench Con. I don't have one. I'd love to. They look awesome.
Dude, like we're biased, right? Like immediately. Okay, we are biased. But like in my mind, and I talk about this when we're doing sponsor reel all the time. Hannah, bonus plug here. I was convinced that there wasn't such a thing as a good wiggle sander, right? Like quarter sheet wiggle sanders are all the same and they just come in different colors and maybe have longer cords, right? This little 3x4 wiggle sander that they make that has dust collection built into it is a dream to behold. It is truly awesome. And I can't tell you other than like get it in your hand and use it. And you'll see what I mean. It is.
Yeah. I want to. But I'm going to buy it though, because I don't want to make videos for them.
Use code Sawdust Talk at purchase.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. Of course.
Use code Sawdust Talk when you're shopping over there.
No, the other thing I do appreciate too is like when you are not, I don't know about the 3x4, but with like the 5-inch and 6-inch, it does come in different oscillation
patterns
or so there's 2 different patterns, so based on
the throw size of the motor
and it's the same sander, but you get to choose like based on what you're going to be working on and what's right.
Yeah,
for
whether
you.
you want more more aggressive. Or I have the 3M sander, and it's the same thing. They have a 3 millimeter, I think, and a 5 millimeter, right? And so, yeah. But I want to try the little square one, the Surf Prep little square one.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah,
BA, man.
yeah.
That thing is awesome.
It looks amazing, and I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out at Workbench Con again if they ever have one. They're gonna. Now I've heard they're gonna have one. What do you guys have you? What have you heard?
We haven't heard anything about Workbench Con. I think Hannah is going to try and sort of sneak into the Highland tent at Maker Camp this year again. Yeah, so if you do make it out to Maker Camp and you want to hang out with me and Pat on the lathe out there, the Surf Prep Wiggle Sanders and their pretty nifty dust collection system will be
Cool.
set up. Also, so
Never
you can
been
play
to
with
Maker
that too.
Camp. I hear it's great. Everybody talks about raves about how awesome it is. And of course, I will be at Texas Woodworking Festival, but I can't really claim that as an expense because, like I say, it's 4 miles from my house. But I'm going to try to go this year. I think I'm going to try to go, and I really do enjoy Workbench Con. I've heard rumors that they're going to try to bring it back, but there's been no venue, there's no time or date, so who knows? I don't know.
I don't know about 2026. The only thing I've heard is we might have a bye year and maybe it'll be back in 2027, which either way, it's fine.
Yeah. Are you guys coming down to Texas Woodworking Festival?
Heck yeah, we are. We got Airbnb.
Yep.
Oh, you got it with who? Do you have?
We're staying with so it'll be me, TJ, Katrina from Adventure, Katrina, Alex Duffy.
You're sitting with Duffy. Okay, I knew he was getting one, and he was getting a bunch of people. So you guys are part of his crew.
Yeah.
And Malcolm is going, and he's not staying with anybody. So that's because
so he just got a big place, so he could throw a party.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I love it.
He doesn't know. Well, and he does not know about this party. He doesn't know about this party.
That sounds a little bit more like the actual truth thing. But yes, if we're going to have an after party, I think Malcolm would love to host it.
Oh, he will love to host it. It's not that he would. He will. He will host it, and he will like it.
Either that or we end up at your house, Lee.
Oh my God. That's fine. Like I said, I have a bunch of people coming over anyway. So
yeah, there'll be a big parking lot near Lee's house somewhere, and there's probably a roach coach in it also, so we can just have burritos in the middle of the night. That's most of the Austin experience.
I live in a quiet golf course neighborhood, so I mean,
there's a roach coach somewhere, and we're going.
You're showing your age right now.
Oh my God, am I?
Hey, you called yourself old earlier, so I can.
I did. Well, okay. Speaking of that, the video I put out today is called. It's on YouTube. Busted Knuckle Woodworks. Please go watch it. It's called 15 Woodworking Tips Only Boomers Know. And I talk about being a boomer in the video, and I give a lot of boomer facts.
Yeah, like how you guys invented rock and roll and made Coca-Cola cool.
Exactly. We invented teenagers. Do you realize that? The boomers invented teenagers because before the 60s, that demographic didn't exist. I mean, they existed, but not as like an entity that was considered important in society. It was the boomers that made being a teenager matter.
Before that, everybody was either a school-age child
exactly,
or they were in the mines.
Exactly. You got to be 9, and then you had to shovel coal. Yeah.
Yes, that's the universal experience. Yeah.
My grandfather, at the age of 19, was shot twice on Iwo Jima in the same morning.
Jeez. Was he collecting them?
Yeah, that's how fast you had to grow up back then.
Oh my god. TJ, are you technically a millennial?
I am a millennial. I am the eldest elder
Okay.
millennial. It's me.
'Cause-
Yeah, no, I'm close to Gen X, but technically
Okay,
not.
we talked, or Lee said in the intro video, he said, I'm going to teach these millennials some things. And I was like, I don't even know if TJ is a millennial. Is he?
Just
Okay.
barely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't identify with most of the strife and the struggles of my
Right.
fellow millennials in
right.
the same
Yeah, I'm
way.
kind of like on the lower, like the younger end of the boomer generation. I'm 61 and they go up to 64. So yeah. And they go all the way back to 46, obviously. I'm not that old. That would be 99 if I were.
He just dust in the wind.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway,
So I wanted to chat with you briefly about cajoling you into meeting us at Maker Camp
all right.
this autumn. And I understand that it is geographically extremely inconvenient to you.
Right. So I have to
right?
fly into like what, JFK or LaGuardia or something, and then like take
Albany.
a donkey. Oh, Albany. And then like take a donkey for 3 hours. That's what everybody tells? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reality is that Maker Camp for me gives me an opportunity to do parallel play with all of my maker friends. Like, we don't have to corroborate and work on stuff at the same time, but like I get to do the things that bring me joy in proximity with the friends that I have that are always far away, right? And so it's like that mix of both of those experiences together that just makes it amazing. And then if there's like disciplines or stuff that you want to try, I don't know if you've ever spent any time beating molten hot
Never.
metal against
Never.
an anvil. Okay. There's two people at almost any point in time ready to walk you through the entire process whenever
Right.
you're
So
ready
that's
to
what
do
people
that.
say. It's like if you want to try leather sewing, or if you want to try, like I say, blacksmithing, or if you want to try, all these things I would love to try that I've never done. I mean, this is how much of a Luddite I am. I just got my first 3D printer, like a month ago.
Cool.
Yeah, and
What'd you
I'm
get?
like, Bamboo Lab H2D. Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Oh, there you go!
Oh,
Yay!
I'm all
So-
out.
Last one.
I'm
Your
all
last
out.
one.
So yeah. So
Tally-ho!
yeah, Bamboo Lab H2D. And so yeah, I've been just digging the snot out of that thing. I mean, it's great. It's a lot of fun. And I would always be like, oh, I don't want to get a 3D printer. I mean, I see people just printing toys and junk and plastic crap. But the thing is, if you watch my videos, you can see I'm kind of an inventor, and that's really what I want to use it for, right?
Mhm.
I'm kind of learning fusion and stuff. I'm taking Bob Claggett's course. It's really good, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows Bob. Tell him I gave him a shout out, Bob. And yeah,
Shout out, Bob. Spit out the website real quick. How do we find him?
I like to make stuff.com.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, I like to make stuff.com. And so I'm taking his course and it's great. But I really want to be able to design in parts and inventions and stuff. So
Dude, dust collection adapters alone, your 3D printer will pay for itself, especially if you're doing something weird or you have a weird space.
I know that's what everybody says.
game over.
Yeah. What is that thing?
Hey, lightsabers.
See, it's a toy. Oh my God, it collapses. Did you 3D print that?
Yes.
Oh
Like
my
2
God.
days ago. My son is obsessed.
What do you have for 3D?
I have the A1 Mini
Oh, okay.
Bamboo, but I love it. It's so like hassle free. Just like plug and play. And my
Bamboo
kids.
Lab is the Apple of 3D printers.
I agree with that.
Literally, I took it out of the box, put it on a table.
Hmm.
like in 10 minutes, I was printing. I'm like, why does
Mhm.
everybody say this is so hard? Because you see
Uh-huh.
these people, struggling and like trying to fix them and stuff. And I'm like, "Oh, this doesn't look that hard."
Yeah. There's guys like us who bought a Creality Ender 3 back
Oh,
in like
right.
2018,
Exactly. Yeah, I've heard those are
right?
challenging.
And the thing is that printer is the Nokia cell phone of 3D printers, right? Like there's still print profiles for it, right? It is a brick, it's loud, it's not fast, it's only one color, right? But I can still prototype on it and I get a finished
That's all you need to do.
project
That's all
that
I
looks
need to.
astoundingly good for something that was $120 of 2017 bucks,
Right.
right? So that's like, I don't know, maybe 200 bucks of
Exactly.
$25
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah. That's like chump change, practically nothing.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
beer money. That's a couple weeks of beer money. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and then you get bit by the bug and you learn how the slicers work and you learn a little bit about modeling and you dip a toe into Patreon. And then I ended up with a resin printer
Oh, right.
because I like doing miniatures
Okay.
and stuff like that. And so I bought myself a fancy pants resin printer and spent a bunch of money on Patreon for models
It
to
looks
various artists.
it
and
looks
stuff.
messy.
Compared to filament, sure. And at the time, the print fidelity was leaps and bounds better. There are some pretty good print profiles for contemporary filament printers now. It's not quite as good as what the resin printers can do, but if you're prototyping and making things and stuff and control panel overlays and prototypes, meh. But if you're doing sculptural work or in Jessie's field, dentistry, yeah, you're going to want a resin printer for jewelry and dentistry and sculptural work.
Well, you do your own dentistry? What are you?
No,
Kind of
no,
an
no.
I
adult?
don't,
I
but
work in
dentists
oral
do.
surgery.
Who does?
I do.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm
All
a
right.
surgical assistant.
Okay.
I mean,
so you
I'm a
3D
surgical
print teeth?
by day and a maker by day because I don't actually work that much in oral surgery anymore.
Oh, okay. So you do 3D print teeth? Is that what you do?
There's actually a dental office that is a few miles from my house that has their own system that can make crowns like in office.
Right. That's becoming more
So-
common now, right? It's just like everything else, right? I mean, imagine that stuff's getting cheaper and more accessible. And
Well, I don't know if it's cheaper, but they can make the money themselves by having the machine that does the casting, and they can print a crown and be like, "Here you go, here's your crown."
hey, I have this idea for a YouTube video. I want to
right.
run it by you guys because it's about 3D
Okay.
printing. I've
Yes.
never done anything with 3D printing in a video, but here's my idea. So I shoot a lot of footage when I'm in Europe, and I sometimes put that in my videos. So what I want to do is I want to 3D print famous works of art and then go over to Europe and compare the prints with the real thing.
That would be
and then
awesome.
and then talk about like the Rodin Museum, the Thinker is right out there in the garden, right? So I could bring like a little 6-inch Thinker and then I could put it right next to the real Thinker and then I could compare them and talk about Rodin, because he's very interesting. And the same thing with Winged Victory or Venus de Milo or something at the Picasso Museum.
Yeah, a lot of those museums will actually have
They do,
STL
yeah.
files available.
They do.
In their website, right? And so you can compare seeing it in person versus what the museum does, or you can take it a step further because I'm obsessed with 3D scanning. I don't own one, but I think it's the coolest technology ever. And start writing some pretty please letters and get yourself a 3D scanner and start collecting and making your own STLs. during your trips and then use your CPA.
Oh my God, that's
amortize
an even
the-
better idea.
Okay, but how do
3D
you 3D scan a freaking building?
Not a building, but like you could 3D scan. You could 3D scan the thinker if you could get a ladder. 'Cause
That's
it's
what I'm
pretty tall.
saying. Like you need to be a lot taller.
Where there's a will,
Wings
there's a
Victory
way.
is huge too. The
Just don't get arrested.
okay, so I was in the Vatican. The day that the Pope was elected, I was at the conclave.
Very cool.
And the Vatican has a museum, of course, and they had a 3D prints of Pope Francis, who had died, of course. But these 3D prints, I'm sure they now have some of Prince Bob, of Pope Bob, right? But they were like, you could see the layers. The filament looked like it had been really wet. It was really poor quality, and they were selling these for like a pretty good chunk of change, man. I mean, like $30-40 for like just not even like just red, just like a red head. It was just like a bust, you know. It was I don't know.
Can you travel with 1,000 3D printed things to sell over there, or is that not allowed?
I could probably get away with it, but I'd have to ship them, and shipping is outrageous. And plus, if it was 1,000 things, it would have to get through customs. You know what? It cost me $75 to ship 6 bottles of hair dye to a friend of mine who couldn't find her color in France. So she said, go to Sally Beauty here in the States, get me 6 bottles of this and send it to me. And it cost $75 for 6 bottles of hair dye. Yeah, it's not cheap to ship stuff. So that's
Yeah. No, I would never ship beer from my brewery across state lines ever. And when I do, I would never put large rattly boxes of candy in those boxes so that it rattles instead of
Never.
sloshes. I would never do that. But yeah, that
Yeah,
adds
it
up
sure
real
does.
quick, man. And that's domestically, but don't ship alcohol across state lines. And if you do, don't mask its identity with rattly candy.
That's a good tip. I'm gonna put that in my next tip video.
We're gonna get canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm totally gonna get sued. Okay, so we are at like minute 47 of the show. I know that's the best part about great guests is that time just blasts by. Lee, was there anything that you wanted to talk about during the show that we didn't get a chance to talk about? We are not hard pressed to an hour, so now is the time for you to share with the boys and girls of our audience what we didn't talk
about.
What's that?
Hashtag free Pat Lap.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so can you guys help me? Because I'm confused about this.
Okay.
I kind of know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Pat personally, but I like Pat. He speaks French, so do I. So we have that in common. Although he speaks Canuck French, so I'm gonna have to give him some lessons. I'm just kidding. But anyway, and the whole David and Goliath angle is kind of interesting, you know, but all I've heard about it is from people on like Instagram, kind of just like talking about like virtue signaling. I mean, it's fine. That's what kids do nowadays. I don't care. But there was a YouTube video I saw from like his friend or his representative or his lawyer or something. And what I haven't heard, and don't take this the wrong way. Do not take this the wrong way. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. What are the claims? What are they saying that he did? Because nobody knows. I don't know. And I don't think you guys know. In this video where his like lawyer or his representative talked about the whole thing and how horrible it was, his big corporation was suing this person. which is not good, obviously. What are their claims? What are they saying that their damages are?
So I have been incorrect before, and I could be incorrect
Mhm.
now. So let's put up a glowing sign that says
Right.
hearsay behind it.
Hmm.
Okay. The way that I understand it is that there is some employment laws in Canada that are a little different than
Hmm.
they are in America, and that I can't quite wrap my head around how
Right.
all of those work. Pat got sick. Pat was terminated while he was
Okay.
sick. That's complicated. There were lawsuits for that I don't
Okay.
fully understand. Um, Lee Valley, I believe, is claiming that Pat used the Lee Valley name to make a couple of YouTube videos, or used the Lee Valley name, or maybe he had a sign up in his shop or
Yeah.
something like that. I I suppose, I think, I
Right.
hypothesize. These aren't hard truth, boys and girls. This is me trying to interpret what's going on. And when we had Pat on the show, he had mentioned some email correspondence that he had had with Lee Valley on this subject, and him doing his best to meet all of their demands as they made
Hmm.
them. And for this to spiral into Lee Valley then deciding that they were going to sue him for multiple instances, the number of which totals up to that amount, because the minimum for each instance is like a sum of money that's $10,000 to $20,000 a
Right.
piece or something. Pat makes
Hmm.
content,
Hmm.
right? And so if he made 30 videos over this time when they were unsatisfied with them, and then somebody told them that they could take action, and then they did, like, that's
Yeah,
kind of
that does
crummy.
suck. I agree. I agree.
Okay.
Especially if it's
But
after the fact, right? Like I didn't know I was doing something wrong.
yeah, what I do know is that Pat is, I'm comfortable saying Pat is a
Right.
dear friend of mine. I should correspond with him more on this subject, but I do my best to give him and his family their space to do their thing. But I know that if somebody had sent him correspondence to take action, he would have done it, because he doesn't want to be sued,
Sure.
right? And I think there's probably some communication problems, but I also believe that because this is the internet world that we live in, the E in email does stand for evidence. And there's probably a trail of information. And one of the reasons that I stepped up very quickly to put money into the legal GoFundMe was because I know that, like, the producers of the Netflix shows make money, but like the actors really don't. Like you don't get rich doing a
No.
DIY show
Ask ask
as an
Eric
actor.
Curtis
Like,
or Jimmy DeResta or any of those guys. Yeah. Or April
yeah,
Wilkerson did a
right.
whole season of on PBS and got paid practically nothing. Right.
Yeah. And so, like, it's not like he can just like giggle at a $500,000 suit. And the reality is that they'll probably find a
Of
way to
course.
settle for a sum of money that will be
Yes.
manageable by both of them, right? And so, like, that's the hyperbolic nature of the
Right.
internet also, right? Is that, like, 500 is just, there were this many instances, and the minimum for each instance is this, and so this is what the claim is. And I'm not a lawyer, right? So, like, I don't do
Yeah.
Canadian law. But what I will say is that, like, Pat's a good daddy. He is a righteous man. And if there are ways that I can support him, I will do so with bells on. And so if anybody wants to swing by the Patreon, maybe we can put a link to it in the notes of
Yeah.
this video or something. I'm cool with it, Jesse. Thank you for making it to minute 54 of the show. I'm comfortable talking about it this
Yeah.
late in the show for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's tough. And in order to stay neutral and unbiased on the subject, even though, again, Pat is a dear friend of mine with whom I correspond, I don't know, weekly. This is tough. And I wish there was more people in the wood turning in the maker community who could spare some change in times where the economy is beating the
Right.
mess out of all of us. Like, I think it's also a timing thing that makes it feel extra crummy
Yeah.
to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
Especially with kind of the strife between the states and Canada. The
yeah.
I know to my knowledge, he hasn't talked about this himself. And-
If I were his lawyer, I would
right.
suggest the
And he
same
hasn't
thing.
endorsed the GoFundMe, which again, if I was his lawyer, I would say stay away from that. you know.
Yeah, I would say, Pat, you can let them use images of you, I
Right.
guess, but
Yeah.
Well,
don't
that's
say
the
a
thing.
dang
That's the
thing.
thing about
You
social
know,
media right now is like you don't have to endorse somebody using your image or content. Like people do it all the time,
Oh, constantly.
all the time.
I,
So I
I've
mean,
been
he
I've been
doesn't have to
caught.
say anything, but I think that's the point that I appreciate is that yeah, people are using his image and like, but it's for support, and this is us like banding behind like this is not okay, and this brand has blocked how many people at this point? I don't even know.
Yeah,
And
you would think they have attorneys, but you would think they would have PR people too, right? And maybe that they should get together and think, well, we could sue this little guy, but maybe that would just be stupid.
or maybe we're gonna piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Maybe we shouldn't because uh, we rely on customers who most of which are probably this guy's friend or
Hmm.
and yeah, so maybe if we want to sell our expensive shit, we should just keep our mouth shut. I mean, like you said, I think you said it once, Jesse. um you know Odie's Oil FA'd and then they FO'd, right?
Oh, they're still out talking crap though.
Are they?
Oh, the owner's still out there saying stuff.
Well, you know what I mean. FA and FO.
every dog has its day. I just wish he had kept his day to just the one
Ooh.
time.
No, it was like within the last week I saw something else that a friend of ours had posted, and it was a comment back and forth between the owner of Odie's Oil and him, and just being a turd. So
The thing is, it's crazy because the thing is, if Odie's Oil were actually good, the guy could probably get away with it because people would go, well, he's a piece of shit, but I really like his product. It's not good. It's not even good.
I mean, I will say it smells good, but also have you tried Bumbleshoots?
Yeah, it's an awesome dessert topping. Okay, I'll give it that. Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah.
not. It tastes
I
delicious.
think that the flavor,
Yeah.
if we're tasting finishes, walrus oil needs to enter this
Exactly.
discussion.
Well,
That's all I'm
it's
saying.
delicious on
Walrus oil is
it's
delicious.
delicious on pound cake. Odie's Oil is, but walrus blah, 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 is actually all human grade edible ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
It's like beeswax.
Yes, but don't eat it. Me and Dave told me don't eat it. Don't.
I'm going to eat it at the Texas Working Festival. I'm going to get some subs off that.
Well, that's fine. I'll do a teaspoon of it with you.
We're going to do a
like,
shot. Shots.
It's
Shots.
edible,
Shots. Walrus oil shots. We'll do it right at the booth.
Yeah,
They have a
no,
booth.
me and Jeff and Raymundo years and years ago did a side-by-side taste test of a couple of different finishes that claimed to be food
really?
safe. That was a long time ago.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the
Anyways.
Odie's. Yeah, I'm not gonna taste Odie's Oil though.
Okay. So we are at minute 58. So this is going to be the fastest recap and then final question known to mankind. Hannah, thank you for your support. You already got a double shout out. Sawdust Talk merchandise is available at kcbombshell.com. I don't know why you guys don't have these shirts yet. I have these shirts. Jesse has these shirts. Lee's going to have one by the end of the week. He was like, I heard that they make a wonderful sleep shirt. And trust me, Lee is a sleep shirt kind of guy. KCBombshell.com, get you a Sawdust Talk t-shirt. Makers for St. Jude. You make cool stuff. Let your cool stuff do great things for people who need your support. Get a hold of Mike over at Woodworker versus Cancer, at Makers for St. Jude on Instagram. get a hold of me at TJT Workshop or Jessie, and we can. There's a Patreon. There's a Patreon for this show. It's only $5 a month. It's what all the cool kids are doing. We really appreciate all the support for our Patreons. Thank you very much. That brings us to the final question, Lee. And the final question isn't what color is your favorite sleep shirt or do you sleep in a nightcap? No. Every week, the final question for every guest that we have is we look to you for a motivational thought or a quote or, like just a reason that maybe you get into your workshop or you get in front of the camera or you're out there making content that you would share with our listeners and viewers to get them excited to go make a mess or pick up a tool or just stand in front of the camera and get rad.
There's you guys know what a Renaissance man is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a person who does like everything. There was a famous French Renaissance man. His name was Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. And he was a world famous aviator. He was a poet. He was an author. He was a philosopher. He was an inventor. And he had a number of memorable quotes. And one of my favorite one is, and I featured this in a video once, perfection is not when you have nothing more to add. It's when you have nothing more to take away.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
I love a good less is more. Lee, this
Yes.
was an awesome episode.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much. Thanks so much for having me. I love you guys.
Yeah. And we would just want to say thank you to everybody for joining us. This is episode 166 of Sawdust Talk. And Lee, typically TJ takes us out by saying, we will see you guys same day, same bad time, same bad channel. Can you do it in French?
Je suis pas ton sans entonné.
Was that it?
No, that means I'm not your trained monkey.
Oh, not awesome.
No, go ahead. I want to let TJ do it.
Go TJ.
Pardon-moi, mais est flambé. Boys and girls, we will see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye.
Bye.